All right, family. All right. Welcome back. Success is Speaker Success in the Morning with your favorite morning show going live every Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. Central Standard to 7 a.m. Central Standard. Okay. Currently, we're 45 minutes after the hour. And we've been talking about entrepreneurship. We talking about, you sure you want to be an entrepreneur? Right. Earlier, I was hitting on some of the benefits of being an entrepreneur, as well as, I was hitting on why you don't want to be an entrepreneur. And then I just addressed and talked about the benefits of working for a corporation. Okay. The benefits of working for a corporation. Now, what I want to do is I want to talk a little bit about the benefits of being an entrepreneur. John, are there really benefits for being an entrepreneur? Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Well, I guess we're going to see together if there are benefits of being an entrepreneur and what the benefits are. And like I said, lastly, I'm going to give my recommendation here, because I think this is one of those things to where it's most beneficial, because one way we shortchange people online and with social media is we say you should do this and you should do that, but we don't give people the full picture, nor do we give people both sides of the equation. So what I'm about to do, I'm about to give you the other side of the equation. About to give you the other side of this entrepreneurship equation so that you can make the best decision for yourself. Okay? Let's go ahead and get into it, man. Let's go ahead and get to it. All right, so first and foremost, being an entrepreneur, one of the great benefits of being an entrepreneur is the fact that you have flexibility, right? So you get to control your schedule, your location, your work style. Like, where do I want to work today? Maybe I want to work from Starbucks today. Maybe I want to work from the coffee shop. Maybe I want to work from my kid's playroom. It don't matter, okay? You get the flexibility and the freedom to control that. Let's say that your significant other gets sick. For me, there have been times to where my wife got sick, and I probably was on like leave or something like that. I had the ability to take her to the appointment, right? Not asking nobody, not checking with nobody. Oh, you need to go to the doctor? Let's go. Okay. So there's that freedom there, and that really matters, especially considering the fact that you might need to take somebody to doctor visits, but even your kids might have a play. Your kids might have something going on in school. You want to be able to go and attend those things without having to answer any questions, without having to check any boxes. That's the freedom right there. Okay, that's that freedom right there. Number 2 is unlimited income potential. Okay, so if you're one of those people who's like me, like I try not to be like one of those toxic positive people, because I've begun to learn. At one point, I was extremely like, no matter what people were going through, I would always try to give them the positive, and people don't always want that. But in this world of entrepreneurship, I operate in abundance. I always see the opportunity bigger than what it potentially is, but I always see it at its highest level. And your income potential, there's no cap to it, no salary cap, right? You have the ability to where your income is tied to your results. So whatever work you put in, you can go get them results right there. Then you got creative control. So you can build something the way that you desire to build it. Not the way that somebody else wants it built, not the way that your boss wants it built, not the way that they want to tweak it. You build it the way you want to. Okay, no questions asked. So that creative control is major. Creative control is major. Then there's just the aspect of you get a level of personal fulfillment. Working for somebody, the majority of people, let me put it like this, the majority of people who work for other people, they are just not the majority, but a large handful of people that work for other people, different jobs, etc. They're showing up just getting a check. When I was a teacher, there were some people that were showing up just to get a check, which is wild to say. But at its core level, teaching is also a job like everything else. But when you're entrepreneurship, you get a level of personal fulfillment because you're like working on your passion, and it can turn into your livelihood And this is going to give you a deep level of reward because you're going to be excited about this. You're going to love it. You got a level of direct impact, right? You get to see the immediate results of what comes from what you've built, what you've done. Ownership and equity. Yeah. Ownership. This is an asset that you build that you can sell or you can pass down, you can leverage. Byron Allen. I saw a meme the other day saying that he is getting ready to sell, or he just sold about double digits of some companies. And people are mad. Like, is he right that he builds up these shows and builds up these companies and then sells it to the other people? Is he right? I don't know. Is he wrong? I don't know. But he has the ability to do it because he built them up and he's in a position to sell them. Okay. But, with also this land of entrepreneurship, you get to connect with other entrepreneurs, get to connect with investors, get to connect with leaders, because it's just a level of networking, right? For you to be able to talk to, speak about your business, and even pitch your business, right? To where you could get investors if you desire, but with investors comes some strings attached because there are some requirements and expectations there. But then get this: legacy building. Legacy building. One more time: legacy building. You get to create something that gets to outlast you, make an impact on not only your community, not only your industry, but your family and the world at large. My son, every time he sees me sit down at this chair, sit in front of this microphone, he wants to sit in front of the microphone. He sees me starting to work with the camera. He wants to work with the camera. It's pretty dope to see, and I'm going to be excited to see what he decides to do in the future. I'm not going to make him be a speaker. I'm not going to make him be a podcaster or nothing like that. But he is going to be influenced because if he's around me often, he's going to see me podcasting. He's going to see me speaking, and he will be around me often. So, well, my oldest son, we're going to see what my youngest son decides to do. He's not walking just yet. But you get the opportunity to build that legacy and then pass this thing down. Or I can build it, I can sell it, and then give my sons or my family that money. So these are just some of the benefits of what being an entrepreneur looks like. Benefits of what entrepreneurship can give to you, right? And then somebody says, well, John, what do you say that I should do? John, what's the best result? And y'all let me know down in the chat if you're an entrepreneur or if you work for a corporate. Let me know down in the chat. I want to know because I always like to know and see who we're talking to, who our audience is, and where you at. Like, check in with me one time. But now the question becomes, what's the best benefit for me? Well, if it was my turn to go back and do entrepreneurship all over again, start a business all over again, number one, I would get really, really, really clear on a low cost model of entrepreneurship at first, right? So what I did was I was speaking. So this was low cost, but what I would say is, you start to get that money, put some of that bread back. Always put some of that bread back. Live off the least that you can live off of. If you're working a job okay, here's the blueprint. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Here's the blueprint. Okay. So I would say you start speaking. Okay. And you can start volunteering, speaking anywhere. And then, to get some reps in and get that under your belt. But start speaking. Start speaking or find a way you can generate revenue on the front end. Okay. Then we're going to start putting some of that money back. I would say at least put back 50% if you could, because you will thank me later. Trust me on this. So you're speaking, you're getting paid, you're putting that money back. But then the next thing that you want to do is that you want to still be working a job. John, what? Still work a job? Yes. Hear me and good on this one. You now have a steady income coming in to where now the passion or the dream or the desire or the business that you want to create will and can create income. But starting out, it's not always going to create income. So now you have the job to offset the rest of the expenses. So now you can hustle and be in a position to hustle without true stress on you like that. Okay? So there's that. Then the other part is while you're working the job, there may be some off days. You may have PTO days. So then as you get speaking opportunities, you can put in a day for PTO, get paid to take that day off from work, but then go and speak on that day. So now you're getting two incomes on that one day. And let's just say you get $500. So now that's the extra $500 that you can go ahead and stash back. Okay. And then after you do that, now you're going to begin to develop a system because depending on what business you work in or work for and what area you're working in, they're not going to work 24/7 year round. So then you can begin to strategically start to identify the days that you have off. And then those days that you have off, if you coordinate with, some places, you can begin to speak on those days. And that's if you become a speaker, right? There are other low cost business models because you can also begin to sell consulting and you can sell consulting on your lunch break. So now you don't have to take days off. You can just be sitting there on your lunch break, schedule a business call, handle that business call, get that bread, and then move on about your day. So now you're beginning to maximize the leisure time to where when you used to watch a show on Netflix or you used to read a book or you used to gossip during lunch, now you have the opportunity and you have the time to where you can sit there and you can be being constructive with that time, right? So doing that, right? So now you're scheduling. So let's say consulting, because anybody can do that. Anybody who has a level of experience and a skill set to be able to help somebody get from point A to point B. That's all consulting is. Helping somebody get from point A to point B. Remember that. So now, not only are you scheduling consulting calls on your lunch break, you also can schedule calls right after you get off. Or if you get off early, then you can coordinate calls at that same time. John, why am I going to do this? Because now what you're going to do is you're going to begin to see the time that you actually are utilizing for your business in real time. Because if you just say, I'm being an entrepreneur, I'm going to start a business, and then you get an office and you're sitting in that office, you're not going to be as productive with that time as you think you initially would be. I mean, like, we just got to be honest about it. And I'm not telling you what I think, I'm telling you from experience, right? So understanding that, we need to really begin to hone in on where are those gaps to where maybe we work a job and to where when we're done doing the work, they let us leave early, or we're done doing the work, then we can do our own thing. They just got to keep us on campus. Well, hey, you now can stay on campus at your job and you can begin to fill that time with consulting calls. So now as you're beginning to build clients, you're beginning to bring in more people. As you're beginning to do this, now you're seeing in real time how you can begin to leverage the time that you have. And it's going to get to the point to where you'll be so busy to where you either have to leave your job or you'll be so busy to where your entrepreneurship endeavor has overtaken the job. But let me also give this caveat, okay? Let me give this caveat because I can give you that blueprint all day. You can say, oh, I'm going to go do that right now. There's a level of just focus and persistence that has to come with it. There's a level of you being able to be extremely determined, you allowing yourself to, commit to learning other skill sets. Because as money comes in, you're going to have to start determining, okay, I need to put this to the side for taxes. Oh, I need to put this to the side in case I need something. But going back to what I said initially, that's why I said try to put 50% back. Because if you can put 50% back, not only can you buy things in cash, but you can begin to leverage credit. So you can pay for something on a credit card, and then you can then pay it off on a credit card because you already had the money, and now you're building your credit as well. That's a whole nother conversation, whole nother situation. But y'all, at the end of the day, I'm an advocate for entrepreneurship, okay? I'm an advocate for it all day. Through and through, I'm an entrepreneur. I believe it. I know it. However, if you have a family that you're providing for or you're contributing to and they need money right now, you got to take a second and you got to assess, is entrepreneurship best for you right now? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe, maybe not. Or you can continue to work a job or find a job. And then as you begin to get some breathing room, then you can see what you could potentially pursue as an entrepreneur. But at the end of it, through it all, at the point of it all, we just have to make a decision for our lives. Because your corporate job is never going to have an unlimited salary, okay? They will have benefits, but never an unlimited salary. And then your entrepreneurship endeavors are never going to lead to being stress-free. There's always going to be some form of stress coming through entrepreneurship. So make the best decision for you, family. Make the best decision for you. I'm not going to push. I'm not going to pull. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You have to determine what's best for you. Y'all drop something down in the chat. Let me know what you thought about this episode. Let me know if it was beneficial. Let me know what you learned. Drop something in the chat. I just want to know what y'all learned today from this Teach Me Tuesday on, are you sure that you want to be an entrepreneur? Okay. Are you sure you want to be an entrepreneur? So yeah, family, at the end of the day, choose what makes the most sense for you in this season that you're in right now. And mind you, it's not permanent. It's not permanent, but you make the decision, do what you need to do so you can move on and so you can win. All right, family, hit that subscribe button if you have not hit it already, and make sure to smash that thumbs up button. And family, I'm Jonathan Jones. This is Speak Your Success in the Morning. Remember, all right? Speak your success, believe in your greatness, and continue to create the life and business of your dreams. Why would you and why should you live any other